Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the session. Hope for the online guys, my voice is clear for you. Can you please confirm in chat box once whether I'm audible or not? Okay, fine. So, yeah, I'm not able to hear your voice. Hmm. Projects you can add, assignments no need to add. Okay, the reason why I'm giving assignment is for you. If you do the assignment, project will be very easy for you. That is the reason why I'm giving. Okay. And today I have seen the Telegram actually, like a lot of you people are facing the connection issue, right? Basically, there is a way to fix the connection issue. Okay. If you are using the mobile storm, we can fix the connection timeout issue. Okay. I'll show you how to fix it. So let me open the mobile storm. Port number 22 to the browser. I said no, sometimes cache will be there. That is the reason. Okay. So sometimes for the mobile storm also, if you get any kind of connection issue, so there will be a way to fix it out. Are you seeing the settings option here? Click on the settings. Are you seeing SH? Click out here. So here you can see something called as SH keep alive. The moment if you click on this one, so you won't get any kind of connection issue from the mobile storm. This is the place where you need to fix the issue. So go for settings. In the settings, you need to go for SH. In the SH, you need to go for keep alive. So this option you need to enable. Okay. Hope that's clear for all of you. So to work with Ansible, do we need to connect to all the nodes or like one node is enough? One node. So tell me the command to check the set connection of all servers. Ansible all hyphen yum. It's not hyphen a, okay. Ansible all hyphen mp. So now this is the way how you can check the connections. Are you seeing all the things are connected here? Fine. So in today's session, first of all, we are going to speak about the conditions in Ansible. So let me open the notes for you. So guys, what are the concept that we are going to discuss today? So this is going to be very important concept in the Ansible. And again, you will be getting the interview question for damn sure. The concept is nothing but conditions. Which one? But before going for condition, I'll ask you one more question. How can we check the complete information of Ansible nodes? How do I check it? To check the complete information of Ansible worker nodes, which command we can use? To check the complete information of Ansible worker nodes, which module we are going to use it? Let's see from the online setup. Which one? So this is the module which is going to print the complete information of worker nodes. Already we seen this module or not, sir? Okay. So this is the module which plays a very crucial role to understand the concept called Ansible conditions. Let me explain this module one more time. I have 4 different worker nodes. How many worker nodes? So if I want to get the complete end-to-end information, I can use Ansible all -m setup. So this module will fetch the complete information of the worker nodes. That was fine. But if I want to look for any one information like CPU or memory, so I cannot go and check individually. For the purpose, what I can use grep -i. If I want CPU information, just put CPUs. Am I getting my CPUs info here? In the same way, if I want to get my memory information, so put here mem. In the same way, if I want to get some any other information, like I'll use a keyword. So for example, I want to get the what we call package manager. So I can give pkg. Pkg means what I'll get here? Package manager. Are you getting it now? Similarly, I want to get my OS family. What I want to get here? OS family means Red Hat, Ubuntu, Debian. So I can go here OS. If I type here OS, am I getting the OS family or not, sir? Currently OS family is. So you are getting complete information, right? Like that. So now let's go into the concept. Till now we haven't discussed any concept. So I am starting the concept now itself. So let me open the paint for you. First of all, what is the meaning of cluster? Cluster means it's a group of server which can communicate with each other. That is the exact meaning of the cluster. So when we talk about clusters in real time, majorly we have 2 type of cluster. One is homogeneous, second one is heterogeneous. What is the meaning of homogeneous? Same. Homo means all the servers will be on same operating system and same flavor. Hetero means different OS or different flavors. For example, it is my Ansible main node. So which I'm going to represent with red color here. So this Ansible main node want to install a package called Apache. What it want to install? But here 2 of my servers are Red Hat servers. 2 of my servers are, and 2 of the other servers are Ubuntu servers. I'm gonna make this differentiate with the colors. So let's take here. This will be my Red Hat server. So it is my Red Hat server. And this will be my Red Hat server also. So both will be my Red Hat servers itself. Okay. And the rest of the 2, what I can say, this will be as Ubuntu. What I'm going to call it as? This is my Ubuntu server 1. And similarly, it is going to be my Ubuntu server 2. Now tell me, do I need to call it as homogeneous cluster or heterogeneous cluster? How can you tell it is heterogeneous? Because, no, same OS, but flavors are different. All our Red Hat Ubuntu will comes under same OS, right? But the flavors are. So this is the meaning of the cluster actually. So once again, I'm going to explain clear for all of you is here. Cluster is nothing but group of servers. First one is homogeneous. Homogeneous means all servers are having same OS and same flavor. Heterogeneous means all servers are having different OS and. Now tell me, is it homogeneous or heterogeneous? Heterogeneous. Okay. The major thing here you need to observe is here, guys. What is the current package manager we are using? Yum. Which one we are using? So Yum package manager will work for the Red Hat flavors. So I'm going to represent here as Yum. This is the package manager. What exactly we need to use to install the packages on the Red Hat servers. But whereas on the other hand, we have something called as Ubuntu servers. Which servers? Sir, for Ubuntu, is yum going to work means? Answer is absolutely no. For Ubuntu, we need to take the package manager as apt. What do we need to take here? So for Red Hat, the package manager will be yum. But for Ubuntu, the package manager will be apt. Now I have a requirement. What is the requirement? You know, I want to install a service called Apache. What I want to install? If I want to install them on Red Hat, I need to use yum as my module. But if I want to install the same package on Ubuntu, I need to install which module here? apt. Now, how can we write it? You don't know what is the server. You have some hundreds of servers. You don't know how many Red Hat and how many Ubuntu servers are there. In that case, what will you do? Think logically. 100 servers you have. You don't know which one is Red Hat, which one is Ubuntu. But you want to execute the playbook. That playbook need to run on both Red Hat and Ubuntu servers. How it can be possible? Huh? Both the okay, correct. If you run both servers on all the servers, yum will work on only Red Hat. Ubuntu will work on apt. What if the server is Red Hat and if you use apt, what will happen? See, for suppose here, your server is Red Hat. You need to use yum. But instead of yum, if you run apt, what will happen? Is it going to accept? Error will come. Similarly, you are on Ubuntu server. I mean, like you want to use apt as package manager, but here you are going with the yum now. What you are going with? Is it going to accept now? What will happen? Unfortunately, you will get the error. So in order to avoid this kind of errors, what we can use is we can use conditions. What we can use? This condition is going to be help a lot now. Okay. First of all, let's stick to the basic point. Tell me the module. I mean, like module, not we can call it as a task. Tell me how we can write a playbook to install the package of Apache. So I'm going to remove everything here. So tell me the playbook from the scratch itself. First of all, playbook will start with hyphen host. All next hyphen name of the task. Wait. Hyphen name. So installing HTTPD on Red Hat. What I can call as? Okay, so which model we need to use? Yum. Name is equal to HTTPD. Correct. So can you tell me the same thing for Ubuntu also, no? Name. Basically in Ubuntu, you can call it as Apache too. If the Ubuntu, basically for Red Hat, HTTPD is absolutely fine. But for Ubuntu, you need to call it as Apache too. Next. On Ubuntu. apt name is equal to Apache 2. What is the name here? Apache 2. Next state is equal to. Is it clear for all of you now? So here my question is, sir, these two tasks will run. But the first two tasks need to be run on which server? Second task need to be run on which server? How you can match this? By the help of conditions. Which one? So I am telling to Ansible, execute the first task. Execute the. But when you need to execute the first task, when my Ansible OS family, that means my Ansible operating system family is equal to, that is double is equal to, guys. It's not single is equal to, that is double is equal to. Okay. If my Ansible OS family is equal to Red Hat, execute the task number 1. What I need to execute here? Task number 1. Similarly, execute the task number 2. I'm telling to my Ansible playbook, execute the task number 2. But when you need to execute, when my Ansible family is equal to Ubuntu. So this is the way how you need to write the task. I am telling to Ansible. Ansible, first of all, execute the task. But when you will execute the task, if you find Ansible OS family is equal to Red Hat, then execute the task number 1. No, if the Ansible OS family is Ubuntu, execute the task number. So I'm using the condition here. What I'm using? Okay, sir, you said the condition, but behind the scenes, how it will work? I'll tell you. Behind the scenes, what happened? You might ask, sir, how will the Ansible main node know whether the worker nodes, whatever you are having, are these Red Hat or Ubuntu? How will you know? That is a question you need to ask me. So I'm telling, whenever the playbook is going to be executed, what is the default task that is going to perform? What is the default task that is going to execute while executing the playbook? Check. Take your time and tell me. Gathering facts. What it is? This is the way. Okay, so whenever if you execute the any kind of playbook, gathering facts will happen. What is the meaning of gathering facts? It will take the complete information of worker nodes. I think you are not practicing the Ansible. That is the reason why you're not telling even like one single answer also. Fine. So here, if you execute the playbook, so what exactly will happen means this main node will take the facts, gather facts. What is the work of gather facts? Gather facts will fetch the complete information of worker nodes. So automatically, when the gather facts run, so this worker node information will go to the Ansible node, main node. So now Ansible main node will take the information, whether it is Red Hat or Ubuntu. If it is Red Hat, it is going to execute the task number 1. Now, if it is Ubuntu, it is going to execute the task number. This is the way. Here I put the condition. That was absolutely fine. You know the condition. But how will Ansible know whether it is Ubuntu or Red Hat? See, you have 4 different servers. Ansible main node need to know whether it is Red Hat or Ubuntu. Okay. So by default, Ansible main node will use a gather facts that will give the complete information. So on that complete information, Ansible main node will come to understand the server is Ubuntu or Red Hat. If it is Red Hat, first task will execute. Now, if it is Ubuntu, second task will execute. Is the logic clear for all of you? Yes. Ansible hyphen playbook. Now give the playbook name raham.yml. So now already we know our servers are which servers? Red Hat. So which one will execute now? Task number 1. So task number 2 will be skipped. So here what happened? Installing the Apache 2 got. Is it failed or skipped? Sir, why it failed, sir? Due to the condition check. Which one? I'll tell you the reason. Basically, we got the output, but there is a small thing to correct. I'll tell you. vm-raham.yml. Here, if you go and see, here I have given single is equal to double is equal to. That is the reason why you got failed. If you put double is equal to na, so that you are going to get as ignore. What you are going to get? I'll show you it. Forget about the task number 1. It is already performed. Are you getting skipping here? Okay. The reason why I failed this playbook is intentionally only. Why? Because there is a lot of difference between is equal to and double is equal to. Can anyone know what is the difference between is equal to and double is equal to? A is equal to 10. That means you are associating a value to the variable 10. That means I am giving the value for the A 10. But if you go for A is equal to W, I am comparing the value A with 10. So this is assigning, this is comparing. Is it clear for all of you? So this is the small thing you need to know. So single is equal to means you need to understand I am assigning the value. Whereas double is equal to means I am comparing. Okay. So in the playbook, if you go and see, you can understand the thing very, very clearly. Let me show you. Cat raham.yml. First time I have given single is equal to. So that has given assign it. So that means it is telling that Ansible OS family is equal to Red Hat. That means I am giving the value for the variable. But second time I have given double is equal to. So guys, don't think it is single is equal to, it is double is equal to. Okay. In the console, it is going to show like single is equal to. But if I copy this and if I paste it anywhere, you can see double is equal to. What you are seeing here now? Okay. Don't confuse there. Okay. That's it. So this is the concept of the Ansible condition. Condition means whenever if you want to execute a playbook based upon your requirement. So in that case, what we are going to use? Conditions. One of the best use case in real time for condition is executing the playbook on heterogeneous cluster. What it is? Executing the playbook on heterogeneous cluster. Is it clear for all of you now? Fine. So can we try it with one more example? This time I'll ask you, you need to tell me the answer. Okay? Just go and see. And let me remove this one. So for removing what I need to put? I need to put present as offset. Can I use set command? Set if I tell me a slash present is equal to, I mean like slash absent in the file of. So now you can see it got replaced. So now I'm going to execute the playbook. Now it is going to remove the Apache on which server? Red Hat only. In Ubuntu, it won't. Why? Because our server is not Ubuntu. So that is the reason it got skipped. It is not failed. It is skipped. Okay. In practice, you will get the failed scenario. Why? Because unfortunately, if you give single is equal to na, you will get as failed. That is the reason why I am showing you the error here. Is it clear now? Fine. And one more thing, if you want to know whether my server is Red Hat or Ubuntu, which module we can use? I want to know whether my server is Red Hat or Ubuntu. How can I know? Already just now only I said the concept. Again, you forgot. Setup module. Which module? Ansible all -m setup. What you are searching for? I am searching for family. Just type family here, or like just type OS also, completely fine. So currently all of these are Red Hat only. Now I'll ask you a scenario. I want to execute the playbook on my developing one server. See, I want to install the Apache. What I want to install? Apache. So what you can do, if my server is developing one, that means my Ansible node name. If my Ansible node name is developing one, then only my playbook need to execute. Otherwise, my playbook will not execute. How can I write condition for it? First of all, tell me how to check whether my Ansible node name is dev1 or not. See, I'm asking a question straightforwardly. I want to check the node name of each server. How can you check? No, with the help of setup module, tell me. Ansible all -m setup, grep -i, just to give node name. So just to give name also, completely fine. You can give name also. Are you getting your node name? Host name or node name? Both will be same. So now what I need to write here? Ansible underscore node name. So what I'll do here? vam raham.yml. So I'll go to here, and what I'll do, I'm gonna install the Apache. For installing, what I need to write here? Present. Okay. So what is my condition? I want to install Apache when my Ansible node name is equal to dev1. Now how to write the condition? Tell me Ansible underscore node name is equal to dev1. That means it is gonna check whether my node name is dev1 or not. If it is dev1, it will install. Otherwise, it is not going to install. So let's check this one. Ansible -playbook raham.yml. Setup module you are forgetting every time. Okay, don't forget. What is happening here? What I have given here again is equal to what I said for difference of single is equal to and double is equal to. Single is equal to means I am assigning the value. Double is equal to means I need to assign or I need to compare. Correct. So what I'll do now, tell me how to troubleshoot this one. By replacing single is equal to with. Correct. Now you are in the form. So now go and execute this one. Now automatically that will execute only on developing one server. Rest of the servers are going to be skipped. It's skipping here. Test1, test2, dev2 got skipped. It is executed on which server? Only on dev1 server. Which server? Day one. So this is the way how you can use the concept called Ansible conditions. So the main purpose of Ansible condition is whenever you are having specific requirement to run the playbook, in that case, you can use conditions concept. Which concept? So is it clear for all of you know what is the condition? Great. Online, can you please confirm is the concept of condition clear for all of you or not? So you can write two conditions, Pujta. Fine. Yeah, Venu, basically, instead of host name, can we give the IP address? Basically, we can give the IP address, but host name is recommended one. Okay. Fine. So let's move to the next concept here. The next concept will be like handless done it already. Okay. So next concept, I'm gonna give it very, very easy task for you. Task will be very easy. Okay. But what is the stuff you need to do is you need to understand the task and you are going to tell me the playbook for the task. Okay. You know lamp stack, all of you? Lamp stack. Lamp, you don't know. Okay. Let me explain what is a lamp. Basically, this is the concept what you are going to implement on real time. So let's have a look into it. So the basic of lamp stack is nothing but it is going to relate for the 3-tier architecture. All of you know 3-tier architecture? What is 3-tier architecture? First of all, you are having which server? First server will be web. Second one will be app. Third one will be already we seen in day one of demo. Am I correct? So next here, what I'm going to do is, if you go and check here, so this will be my web server. Okay. This will be my app server. And this will be my DB server. Which server? Fine. Sir, what is the example of web server? HTTPD. That is Apache. What is the example of app server? That means in app server, we need to install some programming languages like Python, Java, anything. So I'm going to take it as Python. And database server example, MySQL, which is very, very famous one, right? This is going to be the LAMP stack. So in the 3-tier architecture, we have web server, app server, database server. Web server is Apache. App server is, we are going to install Python. Database server, we are going to install. If all of these servers are Linux, okay, in Linux, if I install Apache, Python, and MySQL, that will be called as LAMP stack. Which one? So LAMP, I'll tell you. L stand for Linux. That means in Linux servers, A stand for Apache. And M stand for MySQL. And P stand for Python. So this is going to be the LAMP stack. LAMP stack is nothing but in the Linux operating system, if you install Apache, MySQL, and PHP, this is collectively together called as LAMP stack. Which one? There is one more thing called as WAMP. WAMP stand for if you install Apache, MySQL, and Python in Windows, that is called as WAMP. What do we call it as? So this is going to be the difference between LAMP and WAMP stack. So in real time, majority of the cases, you are going to work on the LAMP stack only. Which stack? Again, tell me what is LAMP. In Linux, if I install Apache, MySQL, and so that is collectively together called as LAMP stack. In real time, if you go to real time, 99.9% you will be working on LAMP stacks only. WAMP will be very, very rare. That means in Windows, you will work on very rare scenarios, only on some organizations. So now my question is, I want to deploy the LAMP stack. I'm already having my Linux servers. That means what I need to install now? Apache, MySQL, and Python. Can you tell me the playbook for all of these three? Okay. So now tell me how to install them. So first of all, I'll be going here. VIM raham.yml. So first you need to check, is my server Linux or not? Do we know our server is Linux or not? Yes, we know. So our servers are completely Linux operating system. Okay. Just go here. I am removing everything from the playbook. Now tell me, first of all, hyphen name. Installing HTTPD. Apache means HTTPD module. M. Name is equal to HTTPD. State is equal to present. Next, L done. L for Linux, A for Apache. Again, M for MySQL. Tell me name. Installing MySQL. M. Name is equal to MySQL. State is equal to perfect. Third one, P stand for basically P for PHP, but we can use Python also. In older days, a lot of people will use PHP as their primary language, but in the modern era, completely everyone is fixing with the Python itself. So we are going with Python now. So next name, installing Python. Okay. But remember, P stand for Python or PHP, anything is fine. Okay. Next, M, name is equal to Python 3, which is the latest one. State is equal to that's it. Tell me, is deploying the LAMP stack very easy or not, sir? When you feel it very easy means if you know the concept. If you understand 3D architecture, you know what to install. If you know what to install, the writing the playbook will be very. Is the logic clear for all of you know? Great. So now here what we can do is I'm gonna run this playbook. But if I run the playbook, the last task will not perform. Why? Because remember, for every Amazon Linux servers, currently we are using Amazon Linux 2, correct or not, sir? For each of the Amazon Linux 2, Python will come by default. If you want me to show, see, it is the first time I'm installing Python now. Ansible all -a Python 3 -v. What is a me? Oh, sorry, wait. It's Python. I put you. Wait. You can see Python there. Previously, we never installed Python on the worker nodes, right? But you can see in the worker node, there is a Python available. Wait, this got stuck. Oh man, it's taking a lot of time to execute. Okay, let me show you manually. Let me connect to any of the worker node. That is taking a lot of time to execute. Wait. So I'm going to connect to one of the random work node. It can be dev or test, like it can be whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm going to connect to any of the random node. In Ansible also I can connect by using SH and the private IP address. I can connect, but I'm connecting it private separately. Okay, for your more clarity. And one more thing, online and offline, from tomorrow onwards, you are going to get the new Google Classroom. So this classroom will not work for you. Okay, we will give a sheet for all of you. Please fill up the sheet and send to admin. If you fill the sheet, then only will be getting the new Google Classroom access, and the notes, resumes, everything will be given to that classroom only. Okay, so make sure this one for all of you. So go here and check Python. Just I'm typing here Python. Are you seeing the Python interpreter is working with 2.7.18? Are you seeing it? So by default, the Python package will install on the any of the AMI what we have taken. So even though if it not execute, don't worry about this one. So now let's install the Ansible playbook. Raham.viable. What is happening here? Just read the, of course, there is a spelling mistake. Just read the error and tell me like what is the mistake there. So now you read the error, right? Based upon the above error, what is the mistake and what you have find and how to troubleshoot. This is the intentional mistake what I have done to show the troubleshooting for it. The name of the package is HTTPD, but what I have given HT, that is the mistake. If you read the mistake very, very clearly, the troubleshooting will become very, very easy for you. Okay. So guys, the reason why I am showing this much of troubleshooting means in the practice, all of you are lacking on troubleshooting itself. Okay. So troubleshooting will be very easy when you read the error carefully. So now let me run the playbook for you. Is it installing Apache now? It will work. Is it installing MySQL now? It will work. Is it running Python now? Yes. What is the Python version we got here? It's 2.7. If you go and see here, Python got already installed. The reason why it will fetch the latest version actually. Okay, that is the reason why you are getting it as green color. Which one? Already whatever the AMI, that is Amazon Linux we have taken. In that AMI, Python will come by default. Even though if you try to install, it is going to tell the task is already performed. But if you go for Ubuntu, in Ubuntu, there will be no default Python. So we need to install manually. I'll show that one for you. That's it. So again, I want to replace present as absent. So present, I'm going to replace as here G, just to give G. G stand for globally. In the playbook, can run the playbook now. So these are the two concepts. Concept number one is how to work with the conditions in the playbook, and concept number two is how to work with the LAMP stack. Which one? LAMP stand for in Linux. Just install Apache, MySQL, and Python. That's it. So online, is it clear for all of you know how to work with this Apache, MySQL, and Python along with conditions concept? Can you confirm even all of you? And one more thing is, for today's, the class will be for only 7:15. Why? Because there is some other class going to happen at 7:15 here. Okay, we got only 1 hour 15 minutes for the class today. Just giving a heads up for all of you. So next concept of today's session is gonna be the debug module. Which module? So basically, debug module is gonna be very, very simplest concept and easiest one to discuss. So let me show you what is debug and what we can do with it. Where is debug man? Yeah, here is a debug. Okay. So let me get this one for you first of all. Sir, simply if you want to print any kind of message, okay, to print any kind of messages from the playbook, we can use debug module. Okay, let me show you what is debug and what we can see with the debug. I'll explain very, very clear for you. This is gonna be one of the administrative tasks what you are going to give in real time. Let me show you. Let me open the playbook here and write some message for you. So I'm using debug module. What is the purpose of debug module? To print a message. I'm using debug. In the debug, I'm writing the message. So guys, message you can write on double quotes. Without double quotes also you can write. I'm writing, hi all, good evening. What I'm writing, hi all. Just run the playbook. So is it going to execute or not, sir? No? Is it executing on all the 4 zeros or not? How it got executed with the help of the module call? Now my question is, in real time, do we print the messages on worker node? Do you have any kind of requirement like this? We don't do this activity, but why you are teaching the module means this module will help on the admin activities. What kind of activities? I'll tell you one of the activity that I got from my company, and I'll explain you how I implemented this module on the real time. For example, see how many servers you are having here. Like not this one. Wait. Oh, previous I had on 3D architecture, right? I think it's gone. Wait. So it is my Ansible main node. Okay. And this following will be the 4 of my worker nodes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Imagine you are having 4 worker nodes, but in real time, there are some hundreds of worker nodes. Now, one of the tasks I got is I want to fetch the information of all server CPU, all server memory, all server OS information, all server host name. I got a task like this. How many servers I'm having here? What is the general way we know how to fetch the information? Means by using setup module. Which module? Ansible all -m setup grep -i. They asked me to print the CPU information. Okay, I printed the CPU information. Huh? Next, they asked me to print the memory information. I print the memory information. Okay. In future, they will ask me to print the like a node information, like node name. So simply I can put node here, or I can put name also. Anything is fine. I've seen the node name here, like this. Today they given me this task. Tomorrow also they want me to fetch the CPU and memory information. In that case, is it going to be repetitive work or not, sir? What is the purpose of Ansible? Not to repeat the work. Okay, but here you are doing on repeated manner. In that case, how you can do this kind of activities means it's going to be very, very easiest work. Let me explain. Sir, instead of running the setup module and fetch the information manually, create a playbook for it. Create a from the playbook, whatever the information you want CPU information, you want memory information, you want node name, you want the package manager, you want the OS family, complete information you want. So how I can do means with the help of the debug module. So debug module will print the message whatever we write or not, sir? Yes. So from the debug module, I'll tell you how to extract the values. First of all, make sure that what are the things you want to get. For example, if I want to print the name of my server, I need to write Ansible node name. If you go and see here, if I want to get the node name, what I'm writing here, Ansible underscore node name. That means if I write this variable, then only the value will come. Similarly, if I want to print my family information, how I can print Ansible underscore OS underscore? Let me show you. If I type here family, if I want to get the family information, okay, that is red hat. This value is assigned for which variable? Ansible underscore OS underscore family, like that. Similarly, if I want to get the package manager, I want to get the value. Which variable I need to use? Ansible underscore package underscore. For CPU information, Ansible underscore processor underscore CPUs. For memory information, Ansible underscore mem total MB. Like this, first of all, I need to fetch the values. Whatever the values I want to print, I want to fetch the values. How do you fetch these kind of values? With the help of setup module. Which module? By using the setup module only, I am searching for the word. So from there only, I am getting the information or not, sir? Of course, if you find it very difficult, remove the grep and all. Just to give the Ansible all -m setup. Just remove that and give this one. So now you can go and see. If you want to get the CPU information, copy this and paste it here. Okay, are you seeing it one? Like that. Similarly, if I want to get the memory information, okay, same thing. What you can do here, Ansible mem total MB. So if I want to get the node name, Ansible node name, Ansible package manager, Ansible OS family, first of all, take the values what exactly you want to print. So here in this case, I already predefined the values. So now what you can do, based upon these above values, you can write the playbook which will print the exact values. So let me show you. What we can do now is I'll go to the playbook here. In the message section, I'm writing like this. You can use double quotes or you can use you can avoid double quotes. That's up to your choice. I'm writing my node name is Sir, how do you print the node name? Which value I need to use from among them? Ansible underscore node name. Tell me, how do you get the value? How do you get this value? From the setup module. Which module? Setup module. Okay. Paste it here. So for paste, you can use shift insert. So now, first of all, it is going to print the node name. After printing the node name, I want to print it is from which operating system. So I'm writing the OS is to get the OS information. Which variable we need to use here? Ansible OS family. Is it clear now? Comma. Next, the package manager is. What is the package manager we are using? Ansible underscore package underscore mgr. So this will print the package manager. Clear now? And again you comma. After that, I want to print the CPU information. How can I print the CPU information? Course, I'm writing here total CPUs. Total CPUs is, just to give this value, comma. After that, I want to print the total memory. Ansible mem total underscore MB. The total memory stand for RAM. So I am giving RAM here, okay? Comma. And free RAM. Free RAM is, how much of RAM is free? You can get the value from here. Ansible RAM. Shift insert. So just like this, sir, we need to arrange the values, okay? First of all, from the setup module, extract the values. Whatever the data you want to print while running the playbook, first of all, get this value from the setup module. From the debug module, use this as variables. So now debug module will print the values of these variables. Let's go and check. Ansible. Wait, double quotes haven't closed. Huh? Fine. So now run the playbook here. If you run the playbook, you'll be getting the complete information here. If you go and see for the first server, I can see only IP address. But if you go and see what is the node name here, test1 OS is, what is the package manager for test1? How many CPUs are there? How much of RAM is there? Total. But how much of free is there? And for the second one, node name is test2. It is Red Hat with the M package manager. Number of CPUs are 1. Total RAM is 952 MB, but free RAM is 650. For this and this, it is varying or not, sir? Yes. And for dev1, the RAM is 631, and for dev2, RAM is. So like this, with the help of single playbook, I am getting the information of whatever I want or not, sir. So now tell me, daily I need to run the setup module now. If I run this single playbook, it is going to fetch the values or not, sir? So this is the purpose of using the debug module. Which module? What is the purpose of using debug module? To print the message. But here we are using it for customized task. What kind of task? So in real time, if your company give task like this to get the any information from hundreds of workers daily, instead of doing it manually, write a customized playbook like this. So it is gonna make your time save a lot. So is the concept of debug model clear for all of you know? All in. Can you please confirm, is the execution of customized playbook clear for all of you or not? Great. Yes, max how many servers we can fetch? Basically, in real time, it depends upon your requirement. Here, I am running it on all servers. cat.ram.yml. So I want to get all the servers information. But if you want to get any specific group information, put your group name here. That will be fine. Hope it is clear for you, Satya. In interview, there is one more question called Jinja to templates actually. So this is gonna be one of the most asked interview question. Jinja to template. Which one? Sir, currently we performed the customized task, correct or not, sir? This Jinja to template is also going to do the same work. Okay. Jinja to template main purpose is use it to get the customized output. What kind of output? Here it's a text file. So this Jinja to template is a text file which can extract the variables and these values will change as per same thing we done or not, sir. So basically whatever the task we have done is to extract the data. How we extract the data from the variables. So this Jinja to template is also going to get the customized output. How it will work means based upon the text file, it can extract the variables and these are going to change as per the time. Okay. It is going to be one of the interview question for you. What is Jinja to template? Fine. So next concept is going to be the, again, one of the alternative for the Jinja to template that is called as lookups. Which one? What is the purpose of Jinja to template? It is to provide the customize. How you can get the data? I can extract data from the variables. Same thing, we have one more alternative that is called as Ansible lookups. Which one? So this lookups is also the concept which you are going to see in the upcoming concept like Terraform and some other things also. It is going to be one of the frequent concept both for Terraform and Ansible. So I'll make it very easy for you. For example, I am going to create a file called creds.txt. So here creds stand for credentials, for example. What is the name of the file? Creds.txt. I am giving the credential like username and password. So I'm just giving it like some random name. Okay. No need to give any specific name. So now see here, I'll get a requirement. What is the requirement? You know, cat.ram.txt. Oh, sorry, cat creds.txt. Sir, I have a file. Inside the file, I have the data. What I have? So I want to extract the data from the file through a playbook. How can it possible? With the help of the lookups concept. Which concept? So this lookups is extensively used to extract the data from the files. Not only from the files. For example, if you have a database, from the database you want to extract any kind of data, you can use the lookups. Similarly, I have any key value pair called dictionary. Dictionary is nothing but key value pair. From there also I want to extract the data. So in that case, I need to use the module called lookup. Simply in one word, I'll tell you like this. The main intention of lookup is to extract the data. What is the main intention? It can extract data from the files, from the database, and from the. So this concept we won't use on real time much from the Ansible point of view. But from Terraform point of view, we will use it in a greater point of view. But here I'll just give an overview how it is going to work for you. Okay. So now I have the file called creds.txt. From the creds.txt, I want to extract the data through a playbook. How it will work? Just go and see vmram.yml. So here I already have the playbook. So let me use the same playbook here. It's just gonna make our work very, very easy. See. Host to dev. That means it is executing on only dev server. Now, if you put here all, it is going to run on all servers. So what is the purpose of vars? To define the variable. What is the variable I'm defining here? Yeah. See how it is going to work. Sir, what is the purpose of lookup? To extract the data. It can extract data from the files, from the database, and from the key value pair. So I am extracting the data from file. Where is the file? Inside the root. There is a file called creds. That means inside the root, there is a file called creds.txt. In that file, I have the data. The data is going to extract from lookup module and it is going to store the value one. That means simply in this file called creds.txt, I have username and password. Both the username and password is on the file. Okay. The data from the file is extracting from the module call, and whatever the data that is extracting, that is username and password, it is going to store on where? Variable call. That means simply in variable A, what is the data I'm having now? Username and, is it clear now? Fine. So here I am using the module called debug module. What is the purpose of debug module? To print the, I am printing that hi all my username is A. That means in the A, what is the value I am having? Username and password, correct or not, sir? That's it. Okay, of course, like not only here user, you can put whatever you want. For example, I am putting like this, hi all my credentials are, I am writing here. Why? Because I have even password also, na? So I am putting hi all, my creds are A. That means I'll be having both username and password here. Now run the playbook. I'll explain it one more time for you. Don't worry. First of all, let me show you the output. And make sure this message will be 3 lines next to the debug module. I'll execute the playbook first and I'll show you the output. Then again, I'll explain second time for you. See? Are you getting hi all my credits is username Raham and password ever test123? How it is performing? See now, I'm explaining one more time for you. So basically, okay, I'm defining the variable called variable A. What the variable A is doing, the variable is using the module called lookup. What is the work of lookup? To extract data from the files, from the folders, or from the database, from the key value pair. But here I'm extracting data from the file is on root creds.txt. In the creds.txt, whatever the data I'm having username and password, that is going to store on the variable called A. And with the help of debug module, what I'm printing, I am printing the hi all my creds are A. What is the value I'm having in the A username and, is it printing here username and password or not, sir? That's it. But again, I'm telling you, this is not going to be very, very important concept for you. Just you can listen and you can ignore this one. Okay. But again, the same concept is going to be repeated on Terraform itself. Where it is going to repeat? In the Terraform, you will be getting the complete clarity about how the lookups are going to work for the various tasks. Online, is the concept of lookups clear for all of you? Can you please confirm in chat box once? Fine. So that will be enough for today. Okay. And there is one more theoretical concept. This is very, very small concept that is called as Ansible strategies. Okay. I'll explain this one so we can wrap today's session. This is not the practical one, guys. It's going to be theoretical one. Already, you know, these strategies. What is the meaning of strategy? You know, way of executing the playbook. Okay. So in interview, they will ask you a question. Have you worked on playbook? Yes, I have worked on playbook. What kind of strategy you implemented for the playbook execution? It is going to be the question for experienced people, not for fresher. So whenever if you are working with the Ansible, there are a lot of strategies, but we use mainly 2 strategies which are going to be very, very important. First of all, linear strategy. Which one? Linear means task will execute sequentially. Already, you know, in the day one, it's in the day 2 itself, I said, by default, Ansible will run the playbook on sequential manner. Sequential means one by one, step by step. In the linear way, all the tasks you are going to execute on sequential manner. What is the meaning of sequential? You know, if task 1 is executed on server 1, it will wait for the task 2. Then only it will go for the server 2. Okay, let me show it diagrammatically so you will be getting more clarity. For example, let's take I'm having 2 worker nodes. How many worker nodes? And I'm having 2 tasks. So I'll be going to take it as task 1 and task 2. Let me take it. So it is my task 1. It is my task number 2. I'm talking about linear strategy. So whenever I'm running the playbook, if task 1 is executed on task server number 1, it will wait for task 2 to complete. If these both tasks are completed for server number 1, then only it will go for the server number 2 itself. So this kind of strategy is what we can call as sequential. But there is one more task called free. Execute all tasks on all node at a That means here I have task 1, task 2. Here, first of all, task 1 performed and task 2 performed. But it is not like that. In the free strategy, both task 1 and task 2 will perform at the same time. This is going to be the free. And there is one more thing called rolling strategy. Rolling strategy means, task 1 is performed on server number 1. Task 2 is performed on server number 1. But when it comes to server number 2, in the linear, again task 1 will perform. If the strategy is linear, the task 1 will perform. Then again task 2 will perform. But when it comes to the rolling strategy, first of all, task 2 will perform. What will perform? Then task 1 will perform. So this is what we can call as rolling strategies. Which one? Rolling strategy. So these will be the frequent strategies what you are going to use on the Ansible strategies. So let me explain it in a diagrammatical way one more time. So I'll be going for the Ansible strategies. So if you go to the images, in the image section, you can see a lot of strategies. If you go and see here, you can see the simplest differences here. Like, let me show in the diagram here. I'm going to cancel this one. Yeah. See, what you are seeing is first of all linear. Linear means, first of all, it is going for task 1, task 2, task 3. But free is going for all of them together or not, sir? So it is going to wait for the next task to complete, but it won't wait. If you go and see, that is what I mentioned here. If task 1 is executed on server number 1, it will wait for the task 2. That is what here mentioned. You can see, you can specify the serial, how many servers you would like to process. So it is going to wait for every task to complete. But in the free strategy, it run and don't wait for the next task. So this is the going to be difference between linear and free. So no need to do any practical in theoretical way. Linear means it will wait for the task to complete. Free means it won't wait for the task to complete. Is it clear for all of you? That's it. So in today's session, we have discussed about the concept of conditions. Later then we have discussed about the concept of LAMP stack. Then again, I said the concept of lookups. And finally, we seen the concept of strategies. And Jinja 2 template. Which one? Debug module. Yeah, debug module. Fine. So these are the concept what we discussed. So again, I'm telling conditions are used to execute the playbook on different scenarios. Whenever you are having multiple kind of scenarios, based upon the scenario, you can use the condition. Next, we discussed about the concept of LAMP stack. LAMP stand for Linux, Apache, MySQL, and Python. Third one, we discussed about the debug module. What is the purpose of this module? To print the messages. Fourth one, we have seen the customized task. How to perform the customized task means you need to use the debug module to avoid the repeated task. So this is the one of the customized task what I done on my organization, and the same thing I'm showing it for you also. Next one, Jinja 2 template, which is going to be the alternative for lookup. So both will be extracting the data from the files. Okay, but these lookups, we are not going to use it here morely. This is the concept what we use majorly in the Terraform concept. Which one? And finally, we have seen the concept of Ansible. So by default, we can use linear, or linear will be the default strategy. Linear will wait for the task 2 to complete. For example, if I have task 1 and task 2. If task 1 is executed, it will wait for the task 2 completion in linear. But in free strategy, task 1 will not wait for task 2 to complete. It will directly go and execute on the next server. That's it. So now, before going for doubts and queries, how's the concept for all of you today? Is the class clear for all of you? Online, can you please confirm me, is the class clear for all of you or not today? Okay, fine. So the thing I want to tell for all of you is, guys, so what are the Google Classroom you are using now? So that is going to be expired by tomorrow. So from tomorrow onwards, this Google Classroom is not going to work for you. We are going to share you the new Google Classroom link on the Telegram channel. First of all, we are going to show share you the one Google link. In that Google link, you need to enter your name as well as your mobile number as well as your registered email ID. If you fill up that form, so then only you'll be getting the access. If you don't fill up the form, you are not going to get the access. Okay. Make sure this you are going to complete by tomorrow 12 p.m. like 12. From tomorrow 12, you are going to get the new Google Classroom access. So the class notes, resumes, interview question, and what are the stuff you are going to get. So everything you are going to get from there itself. Even placements also you are going to get from that Google Classroom only. Okay. So don't miss that. I know like all of you are filled the Google Classroom, sorry, this Google link already, but some people might missed it. Okay. So that's it for today's guys. So now you can ask your doubts and queries on today's session. What are the queries and what are the doubts you got today? So you can go ahead and you can ask it now. Sir, how we need to add Windows node in the master node? Basically, Satya, I'll tell you one thing. Just focus on the Linux machines. Why? Because in Windows, I am telling you, na, in real time, there is only 1% of chance you will get to work on Windows. Okay. So I will recommend you to focus on the Linux rather than going for Windows, Satya. Okay. And one more thing, if you want to define strategy, late. So guys, if you want to define the strategy in the playbook, so just define like this strategy. If I want to go with linear, just type here linear. That is the way how you can define the strategy in the playbook. Okay. Is it working now? If you ever wish to define any kind of strategy, just go for strategy and define whatever strategy, linear, free, whatever. But remember, in real time, you always go with the linear strategy. It is the by default. That means even if you define this one or if you do not define this one, by default, playbook will execute on linear format only. Which format? That's it. No, no, no. Only linear will be the default. If you want some other, you need to define it here. For example, if you want to go with free strategy, just put strategy and free here. That's it. So Ashok, last concept is nothing but strategies. Okay. Strategy is nothing but the way you execute the playbook. By default, we have the linear strategy. Linear means all the task is going to execute sequential. That means if I execute task one, then task two will execute. Okay. Here task one will wait for task two for execution. But in free strategy, if task one is executed, it won't wait for task two execution. It is going to directly jump for the next server. Hope it is clear for you. I am telling you now, by default, you won't mention any strategy. Linear will be the default, and that is what you are going to use on real time. Okay. How can you define multiple conditions on playbook? Just Sai Krishna, like what is your condition? Can you let me know? If you let me know your condition, then I can be able to explain. Can we give the condition at the beginning once? Yeah, definitely, Shamsuddin. You can define the condition on the beginning of the playbook also. Let me show you. So, guys, basically, if you want to define any condition in the beginning of the playbook, how to define? Let me show you. For example, in the conditions playbook, I have taken this one. Okay. For example, here where I am defining the condition for every task, correct or not, sir? But here my requirement is I don't want to define this for every task. I just want to define this once in my playbook. So what I can do is put this on the top of the playbook. Oh, wait. I am putting this condition on top of the playbook. So you can put this condition here also. But here you are dealing with different conditions, right? That is the reason I'm giving it for every task. Hope it is clear for Shamsuddin. Like I want the OS and name. Yeah, definitely, Sai Krishna. If you want me to show, wait. So if you want the node name also, so just give it like this. End to end. What is the meaning of end to end? Both condition need to be satisfied. I hope it is clear for Sagish. The moment if you put end to end, that is gonna satisfy for the both condition. So write Ansible underscore node name is equal to dev1. But see what will happen if I execute this one. What happened here? Conditional check. Dev1 got failed. Why? Because the template error. Condition is correct only, but the way we defined, that got the error. Okay. So in that case, you need to use some other pattern to define it. Okay. Hope it is clear for you. Sai Krishna. Fine. So for the different task, we have to give different condition. Yeah, it depends upon the what kind of task you are going to use, Shamshuddin. Fine. So now let's go for the interview questions now. So now currently we are dealing with Ansible, right? So in Ansible, explain any few modules, it is going to be one of the interview question for you. Tell me any few modules. Setup is one module. Next, yum is one of the module. Service, user, copy is a module, lookup is a module, debug is a module. All this will under comes over modules or not, sir? Strategy is not a module, okay? Next, how to execute multiple modules together? By using the playbook. Which one? What is a playbook? It's a collection of modules which is gonna execute together. So it is gonna save a lot of time for us. Why? Because we can reuse the module for multiple times. What is YAML? It's yet another markup language used to write the playbooks. It works on the key value pair format. So key value pair can also be called as dictionary. What is gathering facts? It is the default task that is going to perform while executing the playbook. It is going to get the complete information of work node. What is a task in Ansible? Task is nothing but a single work. Okay. What is a command to run the playbook? Ansible hyphen playbook, name of the playbook. How to skip the errors in playbook, sir? Ignore errors. What is tags in playbook? Tags. To execute or to skip the specific task in the entire playbook. Next, explain variables. How many kind of variables we are having? Two. What are those? Static and dynamic. Explain Ansible conditions. Based upon the requirement, we need to put different condition to execute the playbook. One of the frequent condition is executing the playbook on heterogeneous cluster. Handler, one task is depending upon other task. Why to use loops on the playbook, sir? I'm asking, correct only, to reduce the length of the playbook. What is LAMP stack? In Linux, if you install Apache, MySQL and PHP, that is going to be the LAMP stack. How to get the complete information of worker nodes? Setup module. What is debug module? To print the message. What is lookup module? To extract data. What is inline module? So this is the module used to change a specific line of a file. For example, I have 10 worker nodes. In 10 worker nodes, I have the same file. I want to change line number 10 in same file of 10 worker nodes. I can use inline module. Which module? Inline. And what is Jinja 2 template? It is going to create the customized output. We can extract data from the text file and we can get the customized output as per our requirement. So these will be the interview questions for you. And this vault roles you are going to see on tomorrow session. That's it. Oh, fine. So guys, till any doubts or any queries, still if you are having, you can ask me. Tomorrow, I'm gonna tell the concept of Ansible roles and I'm gonna give an assignment tomorrow. So what are the concepts we discussed till now? So try to practice the concepts. In tomorrow's session, we are going to have the assignment on all of the topics what we mentioned. So as I said this previously, so for today's class, like it's still only 9:15. Why? Because there is some other class going to happen on this room. So let's meet on tomorrow's session with some new topic. Have a great day. Bye all. Thank you online. Thank you everyone. And by tomorrow, we are going to send the Google link for you. So try to fill up that. Okay. Bye. Sure, funny.